something. Some others also believe there might not really be a moderation because there's no how you do it. There will just be something that you're used to and you cannot do without. Yes, so once again, let me have your view. Do you really think we can have a moderation, we can have a balance without being addicted to one thing or another? And if peradventure we are addicted, what are the possible things we can actually do to get out of such? So when we talk about addiction, to you, what exactly do you think addiction is? So why some people just think addiction is when most people hear the word addiction, they think you're talking about drugs. So what exactly is addiction to you, and what are you addicted to? Can we really have a balance? Yes, I have OJ28 in the studio. OJ, yes, I've accepted your call. Unmute your mic so we can hear you.
Hi, good evening,
Good evening. How you doing?
Helen. I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Very
How
well,
was the
thank
trip?
you.
Okay. Yeah, addiction is any kind of a habit which is or like a step aside from your normal life. So if you do it over and over again, or the frequency increases, you get one gets addicted, habituated, and then habits form into addiction. So addiction can be of anything. Addiction can be of being a foodie, eat lot,
Yeah, yeah,
or
you're
or
right.
or, or or drink a lot, drink in a sense alcohol, or even smoking. These are the milder ones, and of course sex is there, and milder ones. But the real scary ones are your substance abuse. So that and I think we should dwell more on substance abuse, as far as your addictions are concerned.
Okay. So you feel we should deal more on the harmful part of addictions, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but do you think some addiction can be what should I use now? Is it possible that addiction will not be harmful? Is it possible that there's some form of addiction that will not be harmful? I mean, to you as a person. So let's say, for instance, you're a foodie. Is it not possible that
Yeah.
eating too much can also have a side effect? Can't it be
Yeah.
harmful as well?
Yeah. It is harmful. See, anything which is outside normal,
Okay.
that itself, if I do it more often, if I repeat, gets into a habit, and the habit forms into an addiction. Yeah, if I'm a foodie, if you which I actually am. But then if you look at me, you will think that I'm the one I'm actually starving, because I'm lean, extremely lean.
Wow.
So, but then I don't. My body does not accumulate the fat, but then I'm not sure if I mean, God forbid, if I'm headed into diabetes, and,
Hmm.
and diabetes is something which is a killer.
Mm-hmm.
That's a silent killer. So being a foodie is fun. I love to eat food, any food, anywhere, as it is spicy, be it mainly meat. I'm actually a meat eater, so spicy one. So, but yeah, but then I'm scared that my too much of meat or protein would kind of pick up my BP, and then from the BP would get into hypertension, and from hypertension would come down to into diabetes, and then I'm screwed for the rest of my life.
Wow, wow. So you also support the fact that addiction, whatever way or anyhow it's coming from, we just need to have a balance, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And balance in the sense, it's not talking to a therapist or not taking medication,
Okay.
but then addiction, the easiest and the most cost effective way of eradicating any sort of addiction is to have one needs to have a extremely strong uh, self control.
Mm, I love that word, self-control.
But then for me, when my weakness is food. I mean, no matter how strong I have a self control or strong willpower,
Yeah.
but when I see good food being laid down, I tell my willpower, can you hop onto the back seat and don't bother me now.
So do you are you trying to watch it, or you don't mind? Do you want to like
Hmm.
stop it? Have you tried to stop it, or you just don't mind? You don't see it as anything, and you just want to continue with it?
I see. I not that I don't want to stop it. I would want to stop it, but then when the time when rubber hits the road, that's the time my willpower becomes weak, and then it kind of slides back into the back seat. But when I'm not eating, that's the time I tell myself, just Sam, you need to control. You need to control. No
Mm,
more, no more overeating, or no more excessive eating, or no more meat, for the rest of the week, or something like that. And I can keep telling myself, and then I built up the memento, the momentum towards it. But again, when I see some lovely meat
meat,
roast,
you still
or
fall for it.
something like that, served, yeah, so that's the time I said, okay, back seat is empty, it's calling you, willpower, take a walk. So yeah, so I need to work on it a bit more.
Okay, yeah, yeah, you should. You should really. You really need to.
Hmm.
You really need to, because I,
Yeah.
I think I think for everything that we tend to think we are addicted to, somehow we'll definitely
Hmm.
see that we can really do without them, or a little without them. So instead of getting addicted to a point of you seeing it and not letting your eyes go off it, I think it's still better if you can be intentional about it. I'm sure you'll be able to get it out, right?
Yeah, I keep my fingers crossed.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Thank you so much, OJ28. Thanks for calling in. Thank
Welcome.
you.
Thanks for having me.
It's my pleasure. All right, yes, still talking about addiction. So, what is addiction to you? And do you really think addiction, any form of addiction or some form of addiction, are not harmful, while some are harmful? Okay, so do you think we can actually have a balanced life, or can we say a moderation kind of lifestyle? So, if you're on the show and you want to air your view, please call in or make use of the comment section. So OJ28 made a point that I love so much. So he talked about self-control. Okay. So come to think of it, what do you think causes addiction? What are the things that causes addiction? So when we talk about addiction, let's talk about the general term of what anything in its essence that we use in excess. So if you want to talk about it, what do you think would be the reason for us being addicted to a particular thing, and how can we possibly get ourselves out of it? All right, so OJ28 is saying here that all addictions definitely have a side effect. Yes, I can agree less, man. I can agree less. All addictions definitely have a side effect. So no matter how good you think your addictions are, yes, I believe all addictions truly would have a side effect. So let's hear you talk. Yes, I have Ojo Raymond Olajide in the studio. Hello. Uh-oh. I think it's your network. All right, yes. So he said all addiction definitely have its own side effects. So I believe it. You know, at times some people will feel because their addiction, okay, with one exception. All right, OJ, shoot. I'm
Yeah,
expecting. All
the
right, yeah, go ahead.
this this exception is something really weird. I mean, for me as a lay person, it's weird because uh, addiction to reading the Bible, spending time with God, excessive time spend with God, praying or reading the word or meditating upon it. That does not have a side effect.
Woo,
I
I
mean,
love that.
it does it has a fantastic,
You're right, but okay,
but then
yes, I love that
but then
actually.
but then there's this point 0.0001%
Yeah.
of people uh, suffer from this.
Mm, mm. Hello. Oh, I lost you.
Yes,
Okay.
did you hear me?
I missed that. I missed that. So you were talking
Hello?
about zero. Can you hear me now? Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. So you were talking about
I can
0.01%
hear
of
you.
people.
Yeah, that's right.
That was where you stopped. So you can go ahead from there. We didn't hear you well. You wanted to say something about the 0.01%.
That's something. I mean, that's a minority group of people,
Okay.
people who are addicted to the word of God, meditating, praying, worshiping, and the rest of it.
Okay.
So this addiction is a good one without any bad side effects.
Mm.
All the effects in this addiction is good, not only for this person, but for those who are in contact with this person, be it his family, be it his friends, be it his colleagues, or whoever. Everyone gets blessed through him. That's what I was trying to say.
All right. All right. Thank you so much, OJ. Thank you so much. Your points are valid.
But
Okay, so OJ28 was talked about one exception that doesn't have a side effect, which has to do with Ojo. I'm receiving your call, but I don't know. Maybe the network is. I think the network is not so. It's not doing so well this evening. I've accepted your call, but I think it keeps going out. It keeps going out. Yes. So we are talking about addiction. Yes. So what's your thoughts on addiction? So have you found yourself in a place of being addicted to something and you're able to fight your way out of it? Or do you think, are you also part of the people that feels um we should not be addicted to anything, like nothing worth you being addicted to, like everything should just be in moderation, there should be a balance. So yes, if you want to air your view, please call in, let's have you talk, or you drop your comment in the comment section. OJ28 talked about addictions, that all addictions definitely have a side effect except one. So he talked about one exception, which has to do with meditating the word, praying, and having a relationship with God. That does not have an addiction. And of course, like he said, even the percentage of people that gets to that level of being addicted are very, very minimal. Okay, yes, so I think he's right. So if you want to hear your view, please call in. Let's have you talk. What is addiction to you? Have you found yourself in any way, in any form of addiction? How did you find your way out? Um were you able to find your way out of it? Who helped you? How did you find your way through? Yes, let's talk. Addiction, addiction, addiction. OJ, sorry, I said OJ. I wanted to talk about Ojo. Yeah, Ojo Olajide. I've been trying to accept your call. Your call has been coming in, but yet I've not been able to accept it. I think it's a network. It's a network. Okay, so I have someone here, PBG detainee, right? All right, so you're welcome. So this person is saying I'm addicted to this app. Oh, really? So how long have you been addicted? This is just my first time of seeing you on the show. So how come you're addicted to it and I'm just seeing you for the first time? All right, okay, OJ28, okay. How is Niger? Oh, okay. Niger is very well, very well, very well. Thank you. All right. So you can call in and let's talk. If you want to talk about the topic, it's a good one. Let's have you talk. Oh, wow. 2 years. Really? Wow. Good. That's nice. So how come you're addicted? So what are you doing about it? So I said has a side effects already. So what does this app does to you? Okay, it's late here. All right. So where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Let me know where you are. Yes. So let me know where you are. So it's late where you are. No problem. So where exactly are you? All right. So I'll definitely be looking out for you now. India. Oh, really? PBG. OJ28. I think you have a partner here already. All right, so I'll be looking out for you, PBG, okay? I'll be looking out for you. I'll be looking out for you. Yes, I'm looking out for you now. So since you're addicted to the app, so I need to be seeing you on the show like almost every now and then. So being addicted to the app, how has it been for you? Would you like to talk about it? No problem. You can make use of the comment section. I understand where it's late where you are. So you can make use of the comment section. So if you're addicted to this app, how has it been for you? As it has negative side effects, or what do you think? Mm. All right, so Ojo Raymond is saying, in my own school of thought, I don't think the addiction has a positive. Oh, good. Okay, so he's trying to say he doesn't think addiction has a positive effect. Okay, yes, let's have you. Please keep it coming. Keep it coming. I love to read from you all. So Ojo Olajide is saying he does not believe that addiction can have its own positive side. All right, yes, you may be right, you may be wrong. Yeah, Colin. Okay, I think your network is bad, no problem. But let me get your comment well enough. Let me get your comment well enough, please. Let me have your full thoughts about it. So while some people believe addiction can have always have a negative effect, can addiction actually have a positive effect? Maybe some things you're doing, maybe it's okay. Let me see. What about helping people? Yeah, If you're addicted to helping others, can there be a negative effect? How does it go? Let's see. Let's see. If you're used to it and you can't do without it in a day. So what if you help the wrong person? Just thinking out loud. Oh, yes, good. Ojo is saying if you are consistent with an act because it's beneficial to you, addiction should not be the right word for that. Great, great, great. Okay, yes, I'm learning. Keep going. Keep it up, keep it up. Okay, OJ28 says I'd agree to disagree. Please keep it going. Let's hear you. Let's hear you. You can type in OJ because I think his own network too is bad. He might not be able to call in. So you can also type in. So let's get your point clear. So when we talk about addiction, what is addiction to you? Have you find yourself in a place where you've been addicted to something, and how did you find your way around it? Can addiction be good? Does it really have a positive effect? I don't know. I hope it's not my network. Olayemi, I've tried to accepted your call. It's still not going through. Oh god. I hope this is not my network. Let me believe it's not my network. Let me just believe it's not my network. Please call in again. Let's see how it goes. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, I can hear you.
Hello?
OJ28, I can hear you. Oh, so.
Okay. See, helping people is a good thing initially,
Okay.
but then it's a bad thing also. See, the couple of reasons for that. First is if I keep on helping a person, as they say, like if each of a person, if you feed a person fish, he'll come to you every day. But if you teach him how to catch that fish, he'll be happy with you, and then he will not disturb you for the rest of his for the rest of your life. So yeah, it does have a bad effect on if one continues to help people.
Okay.
Because for them it becomes they take it for granted that that I'm supposed to be helping him or her. And at some time I might be having some financial difficulties, but then if I cannot help him or her, then in that case I become the bad guy. So I should help him or her in such a way so that I can rather help that person to stand on his or her feet, or rather fend for themselves. Until up to that point of view, up to that benchmark, I think helping others is good. But then if the person becomes dependent upon you, that's a bad thing.
Yeah, so it's even form a form of an act of entitlement. So the other person see it like it's your duty to do. Yeah, I get your point, OJ. Thank you so much. Yes, you're still talking about addiction. So what exactly is addiction to you? And how do you think addiction affects us as individuals? So can we really have a moderate kind of lifestyle? Can we actually have a balanced lifestyle? Is it possible that you're not addicted to food? You're not addicted to sex? You're not addicted to just give me some options. So is it possible that we don't really get addicted and we get to live a life in a balanced way? Yes, so I would like to hear your view. Please call in. Let's start. So So addiction, most times, as we usually hear it or say it somehow, it's most times pegged to the use of substance. But most times, addiction can even be in terms of attitude, in terms of some things we cannot do without daily. So, what do you think about it? Are you, or have you found yourself in a situation where you've been addicted and you're out, or are you battling with any form of addiction at the moment? Or do you think addiction is not it's not in your dictionary? Maybe you're just part of those people that believe, why should I get addicted? Oh, come on, we can always do without this or that. Like OJ28 said earlier, he said, I think it's all about self-control. Okay, so let's hear you talk. Call in, to hear your view, or just drop your comments in the comment section. All right, so just in case you missed this, let me tell you what Ojo has been saying. He has been calling in, but I don't know. I think the network is so terrible. So Ojo is saying, in his own school of thought, addiction, he doesn't think addiction has a positive side. And he said, if you are consistent with an act because it's beneficial to you, addiction should not be the right word for that. Okay. Yes, so please, if you're still here and you like to air your view, please call in. Let's have you talk. And in the middle of that, I would like to welcome everyone to the studio. Everyone. I can see you all. Okay, let me start from OJ28 to Grace Abounds to Daisy to Ojo Olajide. So I have one name here that's not very registered. So let me go back to PBG Detainee. Yeah, so that's my new listener from India. So I have, is it Abba first? Yeah. Okay, so and I have again. I'm seeing so many names. Okay, Mojukwe, you're welcome. Olayemi Oladapo, thank you for joining. Yeah, Tunde Ojo, good to have you after a very long time. Good to have you. Good to have you. You're welcome. Okay. All right. So PPG is asking me what's my addiction. Do I really have an addiction? So let me think about it. Let me think about it. Do I? I don't think I do. Okay, let me start thinking. PBG, I don't think I'm addicted. You know why? Oh my god, I think I can do without so many things, really. Okay, but let me tell you a little bit about myself. I used to be addicted to carbonated drinks. Yes. Okay, so let me talk about that too. So I used to be very, very addicted to carbonated drinks. So Pepsi, exactly. So you're in India, you might not know. I don't know if you know about Pepsi, but Pepsi is one carbonated drink here in Nigeria. So I used to be addicted to carbonated drink, Pepsi, most especially. So I might not eat all through the day, but give me Pepsi and I'll be fine. And you know what it is now? You know, carbonated drinks are not really good for our health. Oh yes. So when I found out, I just had to drop it. Okay, yeah. So that is how it is. Olayemi Oladapo, please keep trying. I've been trying to accept your call. I think it's your network. Please, you can call in. Yes, so have you ever been addicted to something? How did you go about it? Is it a tough addiction or a mild one like mine? Or do you think, are you also part of those people that feel addiction is nothing? I don't think there's anything like addiction. You can actually live your life without being addicted. So I'd love to know. Okay, yes, this is coming from Ojo Olajide. For instance, I'm a research assistant, okay? I'm always in the lab, even if I don't have much to do. I still prefer to go there, even on Sundays sometimes. I'm building a career, right? Oh, yes. Okay. Ojo is actually trying to put some things across to us. His network is bad. So I think he's making use of the comment section. He has been saying some things all along. So please let's just bear with him while he drops his comments. Excellent spirit. Yes. You're welcome. Good evening, sir. Pepsi and Coke. Okay, yeah, Coca-Cola and MNCs. Are they? Hmm? In almost countries. Okay, they are in almost all the countries. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so I get. Okay, yeah. So PPG, OJ just answered my question. So I'm sure you know Pepsi, right? Okay, yeah. So there was a time I used to be addicted to such, so not any longer. Yeah, so let's talk about addiction. What is your addiction? How did you get out of it? Or you don't have an addiction. Maybe you're also part of those people that feel there's nothing like addiction, man. You can actually do without this thing. Some people are addicted to porn. I said that earlier. Some people cannot have sex without watching porn. So some people are just like that. Why you are addicted to some things and you feel it's mild. Some people are addicted to porn. Some are addicted to sex. Some are even addicted to, is it sex and answer they call it now? Like they can't have sex without taking some pills. Yes. So let's talk. Let's talk. PBG saying pig wahala. I know it is wahala you want to type. No problem. So welcome to Niger. Okay, so PBG, you didn't answer my question before you the network threw you out, or maybe you left yourself. So you talked about being addicted to this app for 2 years now. So how has it been for you, being addicted to a particular app? So has there been some downsides, or you just feel you're cool with it? But truly, I think it's not all addiction that comes easy. While some people think there's nothing like addiction is a state of the mind, some people are truly battling with it because maybe somehow they tend to see whatever they are addicted to as a solace, as something that keeps their body, soul, and spirit together. So that was why I asked initially, and I'm still asking that what is addiction to you? Something you do often, something you cannot do without. So how do you find it easy to go out of something when you find yourself that you're addicted to a particular thing? Can addiction also be positive? Ojo Olajide was saying something about if something is beneficial, he wouldn't say it's an addiction. Okay, I have excellent spirit in the studio. Your live, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, good evening, good evening.
You're welcome, sir.
When you're talking about addiction, I think I'm a victim,
Okay.
and that was 2018, to be precise.
Okay.
17, 18. You see, my addiction is towards social media, Facebook and WhatsApp. Initially, I'm not in any way a friend of Facebook or what do you call it, WhatsApp. But what happened was this. I applied for a job.
Okay.
All the processes that I needed to do, I'm talking about by merit.
Okay.
I did everything and I got to the last point to the extent that the state coordinator back then met me one-on-one when they interviewed me. You know, there is this question that almost 30 candidates were unable to answer. And I answered it. That one alone, I knew them. The man said, congratulations, we shall meet in camp. With all its serious, I was so happy. I went home, started drawing my plan. This is the total year I'm going to spend. I don't want to use the whole of the 35 years in federal government job. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. I planned everything. Only for me to hear that they've already picked those that they will pick.
Ah.
Hello?
I can hear you. Ow.
So only for me to hear that they picked all they wanted to pick.
No.
It's as if I want to run mad.
Mm-mm.
I looked at it. Now, Those people that they pick, some of them are in my area, they never applied for anything.
Mm.
So I looked at it. One, I can't blame God. With the little understanding of who God is, I can't blame God. I just believe something went wrong somewhere. And the only thing I resorted to, instead of, you know, being violent with people and other things, that is when I became Facebook and WhatsApp friends. So that's why my wife will ask me, are you sure you are okay? This is not you. Something is wrong with you. And it went like that. I can spend good 6 hours without going anywhere with
Wow.
my phone. Once the phone is down, I will charge it.
Uh-uh.
Once it's down, I will charge it. It continues like that. But I now look at it, I say, bros, are you a parent now? This is not the end of the world. Yes, it has happened, it has happened. What if you get there and your life did not even last there? You know, I have to start consoling myself all along, you know, along the way. But I can tell you, addiction is real. And in most cases, it happens as a result of probably what you're passing through that you cannot tell anybody. You don't have anybody to share with. Other people, you actually think they can help you, they will only tell you that, well, it was a local martiality. You are not the only person that this one has happened to. You are not receiving anything positive from them. So you think this is the only thing that will give you joy then. So that is how I got addicted to Facebook. And I want to tell you all today, it's not by the grace of God. I won't tell you that I've left Facebook, but by the grace of God, unlike before that it will it will eat up the very best of my time, you know, and that's it. So addiction is real. And to some, what got them into addiction is peer group, you know, friends, what friends do, and you know, they just want to belong. And all of a sudden, they discover that they can't they can't do without that thing again. And before you know, it becomes a problem. So that's all I have to say. So I'm a victim of addiction, as a matter
Thank
of fact,
you.
especially. So, thank you very much.
Social media addicted.
Honestly.
Thank you so much. Okay, yeah, so reading up from the comment section, PBG says, okay, but at times I wake up at 2 or 3 a.m. and log in into this app. Okay, so those are signs that you're addicted already. When you wake up 2 at 3 a.m. to log in. So what do you see? What do you get to see when you log in? Let me know. Okay, yes, Ojo is, okay, yeah, Ojo was trying to give us some things. And so let me read up these, then maybe I'll go back and read everything together so we can all understand. Okay, so he said, but it has a wave of impact on the family too. So if you're addicted, it's mostly negative. My own view is, as far as it's addiction, negativity always comes very strong. I think if it's all positive, addiction should not be the preferred word. Okay, so let me start from this place. So if you're just joining, so I want to start from where Olajide started this conversation from. So he said, if you are consistent with an act because it's beneficial to you, addiction should not be the right word for that. Okay, so he said, for instance, I'm a research assistant. I'm always in the lab, even if I don't have much to do. I still prefer to go there, even on Sundays sometimes. I'm building a career, right? Okay, yes. So down to, but it has a wave of impact on the family too. So if you're addicted, it's mostly negative. My own view is, as far as it's addiction, negativity always comes very strong. I think if it's all positive, addiction should not be the preferred word. All right, thank you so much, Olajide. So I think I get this point here now. So when we talk about addiction does not have a positive effect, like he said. So no matter how good you think your addiction is, so even if you think you're addicted to doing the right thing, if it's too much, there will definitely be a side effect to it. Okay, so I got that. Tunde Ojo is saying, as for me, I am not addicted to anything. I can always change whatever I started getting used to. The fact is that I am unpredictable because I don't have a routine. Thank you, Jari. You're my person. These are my people. Yes, now. So I think Ojo, we are together, Jare. We don't have addiction. So even if the addiction is almost coming, we have a way of just waving it aside. But Excellent Spirit mentioned the statements that I just want I want to dwell on a little. So he said most times the reason why some people are addicted to some things is because maybe they are passing through some difficulty at that point in time and they don't have someone to talk to. And if you ask me, I think that happens to so many people. If you see anyone that is addicted to something, two things is either they are passing through a difficulty or they are too ambitious. Maybe there's something they want to achieve behind that addiction, or maybe because they are actually passing through something. So most times, I think most of the addictions that is really that tends to be like that tends to have a major effect is that when we get addicted, maybe there's something that needs to fill in that gap. Maybe something needs to fill in that vacuum, and we're unable to fill it in. That is why such addiction is coming to play. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you so much, everyone. Uh, Ojo Olajide. Okay, please, guys, I have a question. All right, okay. Drop your question, please. Quickly drop your question. The time for the show, it's almost we're about to round up, but let's have your question, so we just use that to round it up. I think the network had played a little on us initially when we started, so please let's have your question. Ojola Jide, let's have your question. Okay, so OJ28 mentioned a statement about every addiction has a negative effect. So he said, except one. So the exception he gave was talking to God, praying, and reading the word. That if you're addicted to that, it's only that that does not have a side effect. But can we really get addicted to that as well? So he also mentioned that is it 0.01% of people don't really get addicted because we don't really see it as something we cannot do without. So I think he has a point there. And back to what Ojo Olajide also said, that addiction, as far as addiction is concerned, there's nothing positive about it. Addiction would definitely have a negative effect, no matter how we want to say it. So even if you're addicted to food, you know you eat a lot, you're addicted to food, either you like it or not, there will definitely be a side effect because you definitely eat too much. So it's either you have low blood sugar or something, somehow, somewhere. Okay, so Tunde Ojo is saying, as for me, excuse me, my advice for everyone is to find a way of self-consolation. Self-consolation. Ojo, don't you think self-consolation also leads to this addiction we're talking about? Just thinking. So please, you can call in, or you can, if you still want to drop your comments, please go ahead. Because if it says, if you tell people to have a way of self-consolation, don't you think self-consolation is also it leads to addiction? Think it out loud, though. All right. So Ojo is saying, if we were able to figure out an addiction in someone, what approach can we employ in helping such person? I know it depends on the type of addiction it is, but still, let's try to help people. Some are really struggling. Okay, Ojo, should I say you've answered your question or you are still trying to get it across somehow? Excellent Spirit, do you want to answer this question for us?
Yeah, yes.
Please go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
I think the moment you find out or you discover that someone is addicted to something, because we now have experts in that aspect, people that specializes in, rehabilitating people of such, character, people that, specializes on behavioral reviews. So once you know this is the problem, introduce it to the right person, and the person will take it up from there. He knows the right thing to do. So it shouldn't be we want to help him because it's our family and at home. No, get an expert, let an expert help such person. I think that's what I have to say.
All right. Thank you so much, Excellent Spirit. God bless you. Okay, so Excellent Spirit says get an expert. So there are people in that line that are helping people to have a good behavioral pattern. Yes, so I think it's also a good one to know and to also get someone like an expert to help others that are into addiction. And whatever kind of addiction it is, it might be mild, it might be more. If it is something we think maybe from a little bit of talking true, because I think talking also have a way of healing people. Like I used to say, some talks are therapeutic. So in case you find yourself in a position whereby you can talk it through, if it's mild, like I said, underline the word mild. Anointed, I've accepted your call. So if it is mild, I think it's a good one. And another thing, I think we should not also forget the God factor. Okay. Anointed, your life.
Hello. Yes, am I live now?
Yes,
Hello, good
yes,
evening.
yes. Good evening.
Oh, it's been a while on the show. So sorry, I've not been really be chance to join the program for a while now. For a while now. So I just want to call in to say you are doing a good job, and also all our contributors that have actually spoken well. And well, for me, I want to say that addiction, sometimes when people find themselves around addiction or doing something at that point in time, they might not really know that this thing is a problem or it has an effect. Just like someone said that people really need to be helped. So some people may not even know until maybe they are helped. And for those that are already they are aware of their addiction, that this thing is actually disturbing them, I think if there is anyone around that can help them, talk them through, recommend a book for them, or arrange them for a counseling session, it will go a long way. If you are talking about addiction, I think addiction, someone also mentioned it, I think it only have the negative part, the negative aspect. We can only use it just to describe a thing when somebody is trying to maybe we have so much interest in other things, but we are talking about addiction. I think it focused majorly on the negative aspect of our lifestyle. Well, anyway, God will help us. All right, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I love the point. Thank you so much, Anointed. Thank you. Okay, people, yes, and we are at the end of the show already. It's been an awesome moment here with every one of you. I appreciate everybody that is on this show tonight. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being part of today's show. And yes, lastly, I want us to have it in mind that if you're not addicted to something, or you feel addiction is a thing of the mind, and maybe you just feel there's nothing like addiction, I would like to tell you that addiction is real. People are really getting addicted to so many funny things, like some things that are even out of thought, like something you can't even imagine. People get addicted to it, and of course, it has its own negative effect. So if you can, please do help people to get out of it. So don't just, when people tell you they're addicted, don't just ignore. Don't just feel it's nothing. Even if it is mild, you might just find a way of talking it through. But if you think it's a major thing, please let's get an expert to help such person. And lastly, I will always add this to it, that don't forget the God factor. God, yes, God, I mean God, God in his own majesty and sovereignty. Don't let us forget God. Let also go to God in prayers. God can always help us with anything, like anything at all. So let's find time to also know that God can help us out any form of addiction. Yes. So while we help people, let's also remind them. Let's remember them in our prayers, and the Lord will help us all. Thank you so much, everybody. I wouldn't be here without you all. So let's meet again, same time next week, every Friday by 6 p.m. Signing out now, your wonderful baby, beautiful girl, Oluwasegun Helen Ayeyenikon, your host with beautiful long names.